So,
yeah, I like this one. Yeah. What the feezy? 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 What the feezy?
Ms. Nail's like, okay, I'll go do the search. I'll do the check. Bruh, I'm like, because you could tell, listen, bro, it's just like if I'm in Walmart and the police pull up on me deep, like, hey, empty out your pockets, bro, because we got reason to believe you've been in here stealing. And I know for a fact I haven't stolen nothing. I know for a fact there is nothing in my pocket that ain't supposed to be. I would simply just empty out my pockets and say, sir, you must got a misunderstanding. I'm not about to take now when I go trying to argue with you. Who said I'll steal? Oh, why would I steal? Oh, well, that just makes you look so guilty, like you trying to deflect, you trying to manipulate your way out of it. So she finally like, she'll go do the search. The warden told me go to the back in the administration area. So they walk in there, the warden them all still standing like in the front area, like the little, I call it a living room area because it got a rug, some couches, table. It kind of looked like a living room. And they outside the bathroom while the two females is inside the bathroom with Miss Nails. So it's like, damn. You feel me, bro? Like, this is insane. Like, unless she got that bit tucked in somewhere where the sun don't shine, pushed up real hard. Maybe when she was arguing with them, trying to tell them why she got to get naked and do a strip, maybe she was clenching her cheeks together, trying to push that thing up in there a little further. I don't know. So I'm to the back, so everybody back there being nosy. So when I walk back there, Bill, what they doing? What happened? What they said, Bill? What did that girl got caught with something? That's all the other administrators. So I'm like, she just went in the bathroom, but she was acting like she wasn't trying to go get checked or searched at first, but she finally went in there. And then you had one tomorrow. I knew that girl was dirty when she came and did her interview when I drug test her because I could have sworn I smelled a little whiff of that marijuana. Bill, you know about that marijuana. You be down there smoking. I said, no, I don't. I don't smoke. All of them looking at me like, I said, I'm serious. I don't smoke at all. So everybody getting quiet. They typing all slow on their computers. They just trying to listen out. So one of the ladies needed me to go to the ID area and grab some count slips or something she needed. But I told her the warden had just told me to come back here. But she was like, I got to call him because this got to be turned in by a certain time. So she picked up the phone. She dialed something. You could hear his cell phone ring. And you could hear him say hello because there wasn't no doors separating us. It's just a long hallway. I heard him say hello. And she said, hey, warden, I know inmate Bill said you made him come back here, but I really need them count slips. I need to put it in my system before, such and such time, before the regional count go in or whatever the case. So he was like, okay, tell him, come on. So she was like, go ahead, go get him. So I come walking back down the hallway. Right when I was walking down the hallway, they was walking out the bathroom with Ms. Nails, and the other two officers was walking out the bathroom. As soon as they came out, one of the female officers got both of her hands in her pocket, making me feel like whatever they just caught her with, they just put it in her pocket. The other one pointed towards the warden office, didn't say two words, just pointed. So everybody migrate back into the warden office. So I leave out. So when I go out, Deputy Warden Gallant sitting out there on the bench, and he looking this way, just staring down there towards our building. So when he heard the door slide open, he looked back and he see it was me. He did me like that. I used to hate when that nigga do that. So I walk over there, I'm like, what's up, Gallant? He said, yeah, what they found on that girl, Bill, I know she had something up there. I know they was in there doing a search on her. Then he kept looking back over this way towards the dorm. I said, I don't know, bro. They took her in the bathroom. She just came out. Miss such and such had both her hands in her pants, and the other one pointed to the warden office. I told him exactly what I saw. He was like, yeah, they finna fire her motherfucking ass, and they finna bust this old fruity cake motherfucker. I said, who? What you talking about? He said that motherfucking Jefferson, when they called that girl down here and made her go up there and do that strip search, Bill, they sent another crew of 2 men down there to our dormitory to shake his motherfucking room down. That's what I've been sitting here waiting on. And if they come out that dorm with that boy, I know for a fact, her motherfucking ass getting fired, because that mean they done found something, Bill. And I'm glad, Bill. Whenever a motherfucking dirty cop get busted doing something, Bill, I just be so motherfucking happy, man. Man, I be wanting to celebrate, man. Back in the day when I used to run with BMF, I used to smoke me a little trees, Bill. He said, sometimes I think about it, I be wanting to celebrate. Every time a motherfucking CO get caught doing some crooked, dirty shit, I love it, Bill. But I never smoke a day again in my life, Bill, because it goes against the rules. And I know the warden would be so disappointed in me, Bill. But I just be motherfucking wanting to rejoice, Bill. I don't even care about sweets, but I want a fucking piece of cake right now. It just make me feel some type of way, Bill. And right when he said that and was looking back this way, the other officer was coming out of our dorm with milk, and he had all his property over his shoulder. Soon as we saw him, Deputy Warden Gallant started smiling. So that we sitting right in front of staff dining. The staff dining lady stick her head up. She said, "Hey, Gallant." And he said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "They calling you down there to your dorm. They say, bring your car. Come on, so he could put his property on it." And he said, "Okay." And she went back in there and closed the door. And that man got up, doing his slight little limp. He said, "Yes, motherfucker, yes. I know they caught that boy with something. And I know her ass finna get fired. Can't stand these motherfuckers breaking these rules." It was a bathroom door from where we were sitting at staff dining right here behind us, visitation right there, the booth right there. He went through that visitation door. He had his cart parked right there. He pulled his cart, he went to walking. And he gonna come walking past me, rolling the cart, talking about another motherfucking day on the job, Bill. And he went down there. And bro, I literally bust out laughing, bro. I was like, this nigga is crazy for real, folks. This nigga mind is real life fucked up. He really got some crazy shit going on in his brain, bro. You see Deputy Warden Gallant going down there. He load him up on the cart. They coming up here. As soon as he put the stuff on the cart, one of the CERT team made Milk put his hands behind his back. He handcuffed him. That was bringing him up here. As soon as they was walking up here with him, the sliding door open. Is Miss Nails coming out. And she by herself. And she was coming out walking. I looked up at her. I looked to make sure there wasn't nobody behind her. I was like, "You straight, G?" And then she was like, "Man, I don't know what the fuck they got." And she couldn't even finish. She said, "I don't know what the fuck they got going on." That's what she was trying to say. As soon as she was saying that, that sliding door never closed. The deputy warden of security came back out through that sliding door. And, you know, when she heard, like, the radio, the footsteps, all that, she stopped talking. He came out, he was walking up, but the nigga was walking kind of fast, like he finna body slam his Nails or something. And he said, "Hey, Nails." When he got a little closer to her, he said, hold on. And they came walking up there. He said, "Matter of fact, come on down here by my office," I guess to get out my earshot. And they got right down there by his office. He stuck his head around the corner. He said, "Hey, Bill." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Hey, man, get all these leaves and stuff from the front of our office, because we tracking it in. It's crunching up, and now it's coming all in the office." So I said, "Yes, sir." I ran in there, grabbed a broom real fast. As soon as I came back out, they was getting closer and closer. So I go down there by to where they at, but I don't go too close where they feel like I'm right here just eavesdropping, but I'm close enough to hear. But see that concrete wall, they standing on this side. I'm like on this side. Nigga, I was doing the slowest sweeping in the world, nigga. I don't want this sound to stop. I'm trying to listen to. The deputy warden had said something, but I didn't catch that part. But I heard her say, "Dep, why y'all taking me through this? What did y'all just find on me? Please tell me what I just got caught with on me. Because if I just got caught with something, I wouldn't even be on this compound right now no more, right? Y'all would have fired me, right? So please tell me, what did y'all just catch me with?" He said, "We didn't catch you with nothing, but calm down." I said, "Hold the fuck up. She didn't get caught with nothing? So what the hell y'all doing?" He said, "You ain't say that, but calm down." So the deputy warden said, "One thing I want you to understand, I've been doing this job a little longer than you've been alive. That's one thing I need you to understand. I've been doing this job a little longer than you've been alive. There are certain things in this field that our front entrance officers, the lieutenants, the deputy wardens, there are certain things in this field that we pay close attention to, that we've been paying close attention to for a whole lot of years, especially if something comes up on our radar." She said, "Okay, Dep, so like, y'all gave me an option to quit or do the search. I did the search. You not letting me go back to my post. Like, what the fuck is going on now?" And they was walking up closer and closer. They had already came through the gate, to get them up here by administration. They was just passing medical. Medical is damn near connected to this. It's just like a long little walk. The deputy warden of security said, why you ain't had your perfume in your bag, the perfume that you usually been wearing every day that you've been working? So she said, what, huh? What do you mean? Is it like, it should be in my bag? She said, no, you've been wearing a certain perfume every day you've been here. We've been paying attention to it because we know people do certain things to catch the inmate attention. And we never said nothing because you never gave us a reason to. We had to feel you out first. But I want to know the perfume that you came in with today, where is it? Why isn't it in your bag? So she was like, man, I don't even know if I brought it today. Like, what are you talking about? Everybody wear perfume. He said, you know, everybody don't, but some do, and it's a different fragrance. He said, so I'm gonna ask you this last time. And when he said that, that's when everybody was walking up. So I had to turn my back to them and make it look like I'm not eavesdropping, because now you got people from a different angle that can see me. So the CERT team came walking up with that officer that was coming up with them. The officer, Milk, and Deputy Warden Gallant, they all went inside the intake area because they was about to take him to medical and then make him sit in intake for a room in the hold for him. So when that CERT team came walking up, he came walking up. He said, yeah, Dep. Yeah, Dep. So Deputy Warden looked up at him and he pulled this thing out of his pocket, and it was a tube about that long, about that wide, and there was a liquid in there. He said, yeah, Dep. You know, I'm peeking and looking to see all this. And I come over closer to the end where I can really see them, but I can't just pay attention. I'm sweeping and stuff. And he said, yeah, Dep, this it. This it for sure, Dep. Look, Dep. He sprayed it in the air, and they both went to doing like this. And the deputy warden of security said, that's definitely yours. That's definitely your smell. She said, man, that shit ain't mine, man. Shit, if it is, one of the inmates might have took it from me or something. So he said, so you didn't get that inmate that? And she said, no. And he said, so that same inmate that you've been so buddy-buddy with, talking to all this time. And I'm sitting back like, damn, these niggas do got eyes and ears everywhere. He said, that same inmate that you've been so buddy-buddy with, the day you don't come in here smelling like it magically get passed off to him, and we just found it in his cell. She said, Dep, can you please prove that I gave the inmate anything, please, so I can go down to such and such and file my lawsuit? Now, that's a fact. Now, you know, sometimes it happens. It's a lot of wrong things that happens to people that probably really could get a lawsuit, but we don't get it because we don't have the money to fund it, or we don't have the knowledge of it. So I guess that kind of put Dep on point, like, okay, she might, because we really didn't catch her doing nothing. We really can't prove. So he said, man, we done paid attention. I done seen that in your bag before. And she was like, okay, Dep, these inmates steal keys. They steal officers' lunch. They do all kind of shit. I don't know how an inmate could have got that. I know I didn't give it to no inmate. So he was, all right, come back in my office. So they went in the office. I went walking down here, closer past his office to keep sweeping. Deputy Warden Gallant came out. He came walking up. He said, yeah, Bill, see what these motherfuckers do? They be listening, but they don't be hearing me, Bill. And I be telling these motherfuckers just do the right thing now. You done committed a crime and came down here in these folks' prison, and you want to come in these motherfucking dormitories and act a fucking fool. I keep telling these folks now, the law, the police, the Department of Corrections, the mayor, the judge, the president cannot fucking be beat. Y'all need to just do the right thing now. Stop fucking around with these people now. And Bill, I've been telling you for a little minute, you better stop your bullshit too, huh? I said, hold on, Gallant, how the fuck you gonna bring me up in this? This shit ain't got nothing to do with me. He started laughing. Right when he started laughing all that shit, bro, the deputy warden of security opens the door. Like he's holding the door. He step out, he's holding the door. He said, go on, escort her. And the CERT team came out with Ms. Nails, walking her back up through the front. And they gave her bag back, her clear bag, with her personal possession in it. Now, usually when they escort a motherfucker off, you good and fired. Sometimes you'll be suspended, but usually your ass fired. So now, the rest of the day, it was straight. Everybody just was gossiping, saying the girl got caught giving Milk perfume, but technically she didn't. But they didn't find nothing, bro. They found nothing on that girl. She didn't have nothing when they searched her. I'd say about a good 3 weeks went by. And bro, I was on my phone every day wishing a number that I didn't recognize would call wishing a private number would call because I knew it was going to be her. She already had my number on her phone because she was talking to Milk on my phone. And I'm just like, but bro, I ain't gonna lie. After about week 2, man, nigga down there forgot about her ass, bro. It probably was 3 weeks went by. Wake up one morning, brush my teeth, wash my face. I get up, go into the TV room. I look over at the booth. I'm like, what the fuck? It's Miss Nails. I'm like, oh, hell no. So immediately, I understand she never got fired. They put her on what they call a PI, which is a pending investigation for personal dealings. And they never let you know when you coming back. They just investigate it. If they can't find no hardcore proof, they'll let you come back. But it's called personal dealings. They was trying to see if her and Milk had anything personal going on. So I go over there to the booth, and she didn't have a cadet uniform on no more. So I guess she went through some more training while she wasn't there, and she had a regular uniform on. So I walk up to the booth. I said, what's up? Oh, you a CO now? You ain't no cadet no more, huh? And she looked up at me, she smiled. She said, boy, I done forgot your name and everything. I said, how the fuck you gonna forget your man name and you got my number? Why the hell you ain't called me? So she started laughing. She was like, man, after that shit happened, bro, I didn't know who the fuck to trust, bro. She was like, it just was so much shit going on, bro. And them folks, I thought I was fired, bro. I said, so when the hell, how you knew you was coming back? She said, they called me yesterday and said, the warden apologized to me. He said, my investigation is over with. They didn't find nothing and that I could come back to work. I said, was they paying you while you was gone? She said, yeah, I was getting paid the whole time. I was like, okay, well, shit, that's a plus. She was like, yeah, but that shit just make you look bad. You know what I'm saying? Woo-woo. I'm still not saying nothing like crazy. I done saw you pass some shit. And you was talking to me about you gonna call me, so motherfucker, whoop-de-doo, if you look bad, it ain't like you a fucking saint around this bitch. So I'm asking her like, man, what's up though, man? Like, you feel me? And I'm trying to persuade it. I'm telling her like, bro, if you go to dropping, this would be the perfect time. Because they just did all this shit, searched you, put you under this investigation, had you going for 3 weeks. I promise you this is the perfect time to drop. Not in a million years are they gonna believe you dropping. They gonna think, number one, you too scared. After everything they just put you through, their eyes is somewhere else. So she was just like, I don't know, you feel me? And then she did tell me, I ain't gonna cap. She did tell me, she said, I ain't gonna lie. I had done brought Milk like 2 cigarettes once, but I was nervous as hell. I was scared as hell, woo. So I'm like, damn, I understand that, you feel me? And she was like, yeah, man, but shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got some shit on my chest, man, that I just don't think I could let go. Like I'm damn near willing to lose my job behind this shit. I said, whoa. You talking about you willing to lose your job behind some shit, girl? What the fuck you got going on? What the hell you talking about doing? She was like, man, I'm trying to put something on Gallant head, bro. I say, what? She said, man, that man was so involved in this situation. That nigga was paying so much attention. I really believe that nigga had people in y'all dorm watching me whenever he left. She said, that's why I sleep was nervous and I was looking at you funny that day because, I mean, y'all work up there together. Y'all sleep right next to each other in the cells. She was like, shit, so, you know, I just didn't know. That's why I never called you. She was like, but man, that bitch ass nigga, like everything that they was saying and bringing up and mentioning, it was shit that I know he was involved with. Like that nigga would tell me, I know you doing this, you better go ahead and stop. And this shit that I really had did, you know what I'm saying? She like, man, they acting like I was bringing bricks through this bitch. Man, the only thing I gave that gay boy some perfume and I bought him this little makeup thing one time. Some shit about this big, like a circle about that wide. Just trying to help him out. You know, I feel bad for him. The boy ain't never damn getting out. And they just do all this. And this man just had me in a position where I could have lost my fucking job, could have possibly went to jail. Man, I'm putting a hit on that nigga head, bro. And shit, I'm asking you, man, you ain't even got to let the motherfucker know where it come from. Woo. And I told her, I stopped her. I said, hey, listen, Miss Nails, I'm going to keep it real with you. I've been down here for a couple years. And, you know, this is a level 5 prison. This is where niggas lose their life at. Don't nobody fuck with him. I said it done been hits put on him before. I said the worst I can remember, nigga tried to stab him, nigga tried to fight him once. The police intervened so crazy. I remember one time a nigga tried to do something to Gallant, and a couple weeks later, he was on the TIR program hanging, talking about he killed himself. I believe the police did that shit. I said, bro, I honestly, genuinely do not think nobody gonna take that hit. I said, I'm definitely not putting my guys on it. It's just too risky because I don't know why the police so invested in this man. I'm like, I just don't know, you feel me, why these people, you know, protect them like this and riding by them like this, but I promise you they are. I promise you they are. They is not letting shit happen to this man. And she was like, well, they moved Milk down there down the wall. I'll go holler at him later on. And matter of fact, what's that other boy name that's in here? That's a part of that gang, Milky. So I tell her, I said, I'm not about to go holler at him or nothing, because if anything hit the fan, I don't want my name involved in it. I said, but this is his name, Udu. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna holler at him. So the rest of the time, we just go to King like flirting. I'm telling her I like her, I'll pay for her hair, I'll pay for her nails, blah, 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 all this bullshit I'm telling her. Throughout the day, she done went up to bro room, the other gay dude room, probably about 3 times. And he down there at the booth the same way Milk used to be down there at the booth. And I had to make a conscious decision. I said, she trying to put a hit on Gallant. I said, I don't fucking know about this, bro. I might even fall back trying to get her to bring me a pack or something, because this shit might get a little messy. And I don't want to take a loss. I don't want to lose nothing or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I say about 2 days later, I'm getting up, doing my regular normal routine. When I go into the TV room, I see 3 Gap gang members. One of them is Milk, and the other 2, they standing out there at that gate. They building is going this way. The child, they done snuck and crept down here some type of way. They standing at the gate, bro, waiting on her to pop the gate and tell us to stand by. So I just sat there, bro. I said, I'm gonna just see how this shit play out. And I guess they was just down there looking too suspicious or whatever, because it's another officer from the building next to us that came and ran them off, told them go head on. So they went back that way. And I said, this shit official, bro. That shit is official. Whatever she offered, I don't know how much money, whatever the girl offered, but these Gap gang niggas, they finna try to fuck him over, because that don't just happen like that for no reason, especially after a person make it clear what she just made clear, you know what I'm saying? So I don't say shit to him this morning, but when we out there walking on the walk, I'm paying attention like a motherfucker. So we get all the way up there to the detail, we doing our shit, doing our thing. I come out on my break. I had got some snacks and shit from the warden secretary. I'm sitting on the bench eating it. Deputy Warden Gallant, he walking down this way. You got the Deputy Warden of Security right here on the flat top. You got the Deputy Warden of Administration. He on that flat top. They just monitoring all the movement, because there's a couple dorms going out the child. You know, just making sure don't nothing stupid happen. So it's my building that's coming up. All right, it's one dorm right here in front of us on the sidewalk, but you know the gates is locked. There's one dorm lined up against the gate. It's another dorm coming from the chow hall, which is over here to the left, walking up this way, waiting for this dorm to get released and go through, so then they can line up right here, and then, you know, that's just how it go. And every dorm just basically come doing the same thing. The dorm that is lined up against the gate in front of us is the dorm Milk in. It's about 3-4 Gap gang members out there. They're at the very, very, very front of the line. The officer come walking down. Deputy Warden Gallant walking this way, getting ready to go through this gate. But once he goes through this gate, the other gate is right here. They're on the same side, so he would be exposed to them. When my dorm go to coming up, the other Gap gang member that's in my dorm came walking up this side of the flat top. The gate was still open. So as soon as he came walking up, the Deputy Warden of Security was like, hey man, turn around, go back that way with your dorm. This ain't the time to come talking to nobody, trying to put in no request. This ain't the time for that. We trying to monitor all this movement. Go on back to your dorm. He's still walking up. Deputy Warden Gallant still walking down this way. The nigga started speed walking. So the other Deputy Warden of Security come over this way. He say, hey man, you didn't hear what he just said? Take your ass back that way, or your ass going to the hole. That's just the bottom line. So the officer done unlocked this first gate. They coming through. The Gap gang members kind of linger around. Then she comes over here, grab the lock, and get ready to unlock the lock to let Deputy Warden Gallant through. Soon as she was finna do that, soon as she was in the process of doing that, the Gap gang member that was in my door and said, Warden, stop Gallant from going through that gate. They finna stab him. That Officer Nails put a hit out on him, and she tried to get our gang to do it. But it's getting ready to get cold, and a bitch ain't trying to be in the hole for no stabbing during the cold, and Gallant is an old man. They might kill him. So immediately, the Deputy Warden of Security turned around and take out running. He said, Gallant! So Gallant immediately turned around. So he said, don't open that lock. Don't open that lock. So I think she already was in the process of like twisting the motherfucker, bro. The Gap Gang members done ran, and one of them done grabbed the girl, done slung the girl, done grabbed the lock, grabbed the key. Immediately the other warden of administration take off running. Pew, he coming his way. They on the radio screaming. Now you hear people coming out from all kind of posts, taking off running. The Gap Gang members is right here trying to turn the lock, fuck with the lock or whatever. Deputy Warden Gallant immediately come back walking his way, but he walking backwards. He got his face to them. What y'all motherfuckers trying to do? You don't know who you fucking with doing now. You don't know. You come through that motherfucking gate, I'ma lay your motherfucking ass out. So you don't know who you fucking with doing now. You don't know. You don't know. Hey, Bill. Don't fucking call. I'm sitting there acting like I don't even hear the nigga. You don't know who you fucking with. So soon as one of the Gap Gang members got the thing open and snatched the lock and snatched the gate open, both of the deputy wardens snatched their spray off and they pointed at it. As I dropped them knives, they had them pull candy bars out and everything, bro. These niggas got gangster. They was finna flip Gallant ass. They was like, drop them knives right now. Drop them knives right now. And one of them, only one of them, the other two dropped the knives. Lay down, get on your back. But one of them took off running up this way like they running towards them. Man, both of them deputy wardens sprayed the shit out of them. Now listen, this nigga went from gangster running up with a candy bar like he finna shoot past them to get to Gallant. Man, that nigga, they hit his ass with that pepper spray. That nigga went from this to this. Ow! Oh! It burned! I was in that bitch like, what the fuck? Nigga, I didn't know if this shit was a dream or not. By that time, all the other people had got up there. Deputy Warden of Security told us 13, handcuffed them, get them the fuck out of here, we putting them on the tier program. I went back inside because that spray, even though they sprayed them down there, that shit have had me coughing up here, that pepper spray. That shit ain't no joke. That ain't nothing to fuck off. That ain't nothing to fuck off and play around with. So, of course, they couldn't prove that Ms. Nails put a hit out on Deputy Warden Gallant. So what they did, they moved her to the annex. So the annex is still the prison, but it's not even on this compound. It's on like down the street. It's a lower version of the level 5 prison. So this basically like a medium camp version of the real prison, but it just ain't shit going on there. Like that shit is sweet, laid back, chill. And they never let her come back to the main compound. And she was at the annex, bro. They had her at the annex for probably 3 days. And on that third day, she quit. She came in up front and resigned. She was just like, it's unfair treatment, blah, blah, blah. And she just quit. But luckily, you know, nothing happened and they couldn't prove that she tried to do it because her ass would have been in some real trouble. All 3 of the Gap Gang members got transferred. Well, first they went on the tier for a couple months. Then they transferred them off. And the other Gap Gang member that was in my dorm, they left him in there. They didn't even transfer him. They didn't do nothing. They left him in there. And then he started getting the goodie bags every single Friday like me and Gallant get. But shit, nigga, when we get the warden bags, we work for it. We be on detail. So whenever the warden secretary give me an additional bag and say, hey, get this to that boy in your dorm named such and such, you already know it's for some police ass reasons. You know what I'm saying? That shit is so dangerous. Can you imagine being in a prison? No matter what you do, it's officers here that's supposed to abide by the rules and that's supposed to, you know, protect you and follow all the rules and shit. And then one of these officers get mad at you for whatever their reasoning is and put a hit out on you. Like, bro, you can really lose your life in prison at the hands of an officer on some petty, I'm finna put a hit out on you because you told on me, even though I took an oath to do the right thing type shit. Stay out them prisons. Stay out them jails. Try to the best of your ability to do the right thing. It's your boy Bill, I'm gone.
Yeah, I like this one. Yeah. What the fees? What the fees?